Do. All right, guys, welcome back. We are live and we are going to be continuing work on our server hub worlds. So, as you probably are like, where the fuck did I go and build all of this stuff? And I just swore in the first 30 seconds of YouTube. YouTube is gonna not like this. Seriously, I don't get that rule. Oh, if you swear the first 30 seconds of your video, it's bad. YouTube. Look at us. Yeah, sorry. I gotta mock YouTube for that. It's just kind of a silly rule. Yeah, so first off, I'm gonna go over some of the stuff I did off camera in the hub world, because I'm pretty sure I did quite a bit of this off hub world. The problem is, like, I've been doing a lot of work on this, like, late after I get home from work, and I'm, like, too exhausted to stream and build at the same time, so I've just been doing the building part. That's why there's a lot of stuff that I built that hasn't been, like, recorded of me building it. But I mean, it's not in survival anyway, so I'm not like cheating out anything. Like, this is all built in creative because I don't have that kind of time. Just for building a hub world and stuff for spawn. So I can't remember where I last left off here as far as what I was recording. I don't think these balloons were definitely not striped red. I don't actually know if I finished the balloons, so yeah, there you go. There's the balloons all holding up the spawn world. Portals and stuff gotta change. I think I showed that in the last episode. Not totally 100% sure. These I definitely didn't, so I added these small little portals that take you from the main kind of spawn area for non-default players and take you out to each little limb here of the hub world, just to make it a little bit faster than running back and forth here. If you specifically know where you're going or you don't want to just take a leisurely stroll. I'm probably also going to mirror these on the other side to have one that'll bring you up to the VIP spawn latch for the VIPs, just in case they run out of rockets or something and need a way back up here without jumping off the ledge. I've also implemented shops in here, so if you get VIP status or any donor tier on the server in the hub worlds and stuff, you get just some free armor. This is just enchanted with feather falling protection and unbreaking, just so you don't completely. So it's just so it's not completely super easy to kill yourself while flying with the Elytra through a lot of this tight stuff. Also, free Elytra and rockets in the hub worlds and stuff because why not? It's cool. I mean, I designed a lot of this to be a giant floating island and was mildly considerate about the ability to fly around with an Elytra in here, so it would be a shame to not let people have access to it. Plus, it's also gorgeous to look at from the sky, so I mean, why not? We're also, I think I talked about this last stream, but we're also going to be putting like an Elytra flying course. I have not checked into command blocks about detecting when a player is in a particular region. I'm pretty sure it's possible, but yeah, I'm fairly confident that it's possible to do that. Coffee, yeah. So we're gonna be doing that if we can. If not, I think I can do it with World Edit. Or sorry, not World Edit, World Guard. If I can't do it with command blocks. So we're gonna have a track and stuff that'll go around so people can, so VIPs can compete to see who can do the track the fastest in Elytra. I think that's a little fun thing. And I was thinking about it, like I might actually do that for like each hub world where VIPs get free access to Elytras and stuff, just so I can have them like different themed and whatnot. So I think that would be a cool little thing. So if you can compete for each one and have them slightly different. I think also we will be, because I know I've seen them before where you'll have servers with like custom like Elytra flying maps and stuff as like a mini game, and I think we will definitely implement one of those at some point for non-VIP players as well, because those are fun. and challenging, and gives a lot of like creative ideas for like builds and stuff. So I think it'll just be fun to do over time. So those will definitely come. Speaking of which, with regards to mini games, we will be implementing mini games again. I'm not going out and like I'm doing most of the builds myself just because, well, I have the building skills, so it's like easier for me to just invest my time in it than spending money on getting other people to build. So pretty much all the builds will be built myself, so it's more of a question of time rather than a question of money thing. So just the server's features will expand over time, just as I get the time to actually implement them. However, like once I get this rolled out, so I can actually start inviting and having the public come in, we will be assessing, people skills and whatnot, creative and building wise, or technical level, and be offering them, hey, you want to help out the server, you get a few perks and stuff, because what I'm planning to do with the donations, just to make it like a little bit more accessible, because I know like when I was a young kid playing on Minecraft servers, kind of always like bugged me or deterred me that you always had to like pay money to get donor tiers, just because it's like, when you're like a 13-year-old, you don't have access to like a lot of money to spend to like donate to servers and whatnot, right? But you have lots of time, right? And if you have like the skills of like building skills and whatnot, then like that's super awesome, and that's like genuinely useful. I probably copy pasted this at some point and did not fix the stairs after updating them. Okay, that's fixed. But yeah, so we're gonna make it so there will be like it won't be like a widely available thing. Like it'll be based on a case by case basis. But if like someone has like shows that they have like super awesome building skills for some or technical skills with like redstone or whatnot, and they can have the ability to like build something and like donate some time and make a build and stuff that'll add value to like the server as a whole, then I'm gonna set up like tier set like relative number of hours like they spend on it to donate towards the server and whatnot, and that'll give them the ability to gain donation tiers on the server without having to directly spend money, because like time is valuable at the same time as money, right? So I see no reason not for rewarding like players who put a significant amount of time into the server and not considering that just as much as important of a donation towards the server as someone who donates a bit of money that helps keep the server up and running for a long time. Like I said, I have no issue spending the money keeping the server up and running, so it's not a big deal about donations. Like it's like whether or not people are donating towards the server isn't going to make the server like disappear or whatnot. It's not like, oh my god, if there's no donations for 1 month, the server's going to be down. It's like, it's not that case. It's just, it's nice. Like, the donations will mostly just be like, if more people donate, then I have more time to spend on the server because I can afford to do that and make more stuff for it. That's kind of the thing. Like, stuff will, basically, progress will happen faster on the server towards additions of new stuff around the server, the more donations there are. 1 second, I'm being hailed. What? Yeah, what do you want? Oh my god, that's kind of funny, actually. That's kind of funny. Alright, I'll take a look at it later. I'm sure I will. My sister just came in to present to me a dictionary that she found called the Cynic's Dictionary. It's an old book. Sounds kind of funny. But yeah, so like people with like actual building skills or whatnot who want to contribute to the server can achieve donation tiers outside of just spending money or donating some money towards the server. So as a thing, so I've been building this again a couple hours like after I got off work, so I haven't been streaming it, so I didn't stream any of this build so far, I don't think. I might have streamed a little bit at the start, like this platform area, but I really haven't done too much with regards to actually streaming the rest of it. So we have this basically terraced tiered bit coming up to the main gardens area. These first two layers are just going to be displaying staff members. So you've got my two accounts here on the first two things as server owner. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here. I'm probably going to put some, just like some notes and details and whatnot. Just so interesting. I just thought the lecterns kind of looked nice under that. And then on either side of that, you have a podium for admins, and then another two here. Probably gonna have like 4 server admins. I don't know. It'll kind of depend. It's mostly just like one for each time zone, like major region of the planet kind of thing. Because it will be like a worldwide server. I mean, it'll be mostly an English-speaking server because I speak English and I'm not really good at speaking other languages. But I'm not gonna say like, oh, if you don't speak English, you're not allowed to play on my server. Like, no. I mean, it's convenient if you're like trying to work with the mods and stuff, but like, you know, I'll try to have like moderators who can also speak multiple languages or like English and something else as well. That will definitely be like a key asset if you are trying to become staff on the server. And then we have another 4 moderators. So basically there's a moderator for each admin. So they can, so each admin has like a helper moderator. And those are the first tiers. They'll also be considered diamond donators by default, just because when you're doing like admin or moderation work for like a server, you're basically donating quite a bit of your time for the server. So again, in that whole aspect of what I was talking about earlier with like donating time, getting you donation tiers, that would be it. And then the next tier above that is for the initial 12 donators, and I guess we can put some fancy lore in there for like these 12 donators if we want to for the Minecraft servers, because like it's like with the mod stuff, it's like the Council of 8. Dun dun dun. There's like the Council of 8, right? Because there's 8 staff members, or 8 spots for staff members, right? And then the server owner makes 9, so like you have the Council of 8, and then the God tier 9 there, right in the middle. That'd be me. And then in the back you have like the 12 angels of Edicta or something. I don't know. Well, we'll make up something that just like sounds like pretty epic and awesome. So the first 12 donators will get front tier. You know, visual access here right in the front, display wise. Then we come up through the gates. These are really good. You know what? I'm stoked about actually using the debug stick, because like I really haven't used the debug stick in my creative builds quite a lot. Because most of the building that I've done was back in like when I was really doing like creative building in Minecraft. It was back in the old 1.8 days. That was like super awesome. But like that was back in the day when we'd go and get conquest, right? And we just select it with world edit, and then we'd be doing replace stone. Actually, no, we wouldn't be using stone. We'd be like 1 with like whatever block we need, and then colon, and then like some damage value, right? To get like the custom textures from Conquest. So it'd be just like turning different blocks into other blocks. And if you tried to use default Minecraft, you'd look at it and be like, what the fuck is this? Right? I think the debug stick might have existed at that point, but it was a lot harder to like get and was like less well known. It's a lot more like a stated creative feature in Minecraft now. So Yes. So I've actually been using the debug stick in this build, as you can see, and honestly, it's like quite useful. Like this build makes a huge amount of use of the debug stick, and also these pillars of Matarazzo look gorgeous with shaders and with the glass. But like this is a cool pattern. Like you can get like this little like glass pane thing here, like the wall. Like you cannot do this with the debug stick because you have to get rid of the side bits for these glass panes here in the middle, right? Which is pretty awesome. Same thing with like all these podiums and whatnot. You can't get the stairs like this unless you're using the debug stick. So a bunch of cool little fun stuff. Also, I love how candles, like you can't place them on stairs like this, right? But you can copy and paste them with World Edit and they'll just like stay because like candles don't, like if you put, right, candles like this, right, and they like break the block underneath them, they just chill. They don't break. Which is actually kind of nice because you can move them around and put them in stuff. So you can actually make floating candles, which I think was intentional by Mojang, because like, you know, if you think about it, like if you want to do like a Hogwarts Grand Hall-esque style kind of build, then, and you want like your candles floating around and whatnot, then that is possible to do. Yeah. So again, yeah, so we got this main little area here with like the little, you know, stuff. As you can tell, it's all very like violet and purpley because it's supposed to be like grand and royal. Also, because end stuff, I'm using a lot of end stone, whatnot. This actually looks really nice with the warmth of Slitter's vibrant shaders. Like if you turn it off, it doesn't look horrible without shaders. It just looks a little like washed out. You know what I mean? Without shaders, like it doesn't look bad. It looks purpley. I've also got the time in this world set to permanently midnight, so it's like a twilight, like end garden thing. I think it looks cool, especially because you have the stars like going out below and whatnot. I had glowberry vines. Ooh. These are one of my new favorite blocks. um, Stuff because we've actually, you know what, I'm like super stoked about like 117 and 118 because it gives us a lot of like lighting blocks that we didn't really have access to. And as someone like in the 1.8 who did most of his building in the 1.8 days, I'm like, oh yes, thank goodness we have like all these different options for lighting aspects now because the game really needed some more variation besides just torches, and we now have those, and it's great and it's glorious. I also really love these spore blossoms. Um, as you can tell, I've got the floating spore blossom like candlesticks like everywhere, because they're adding like this super nice particle effect that's just like the floating particles everywhere, and it gives the whole build like a little bit more of that ethereal kind of vibe. But yeah, as you can see with like shaders, because like these bricks, they're like a little bit blue with like green undertones in like the tan color, and I mean it's nice. I mean it works, you know, in the, you know, default Minecraft thing. Like it's not bad without shaders on, but like let's be honest. Which one do you prefer? This looks way better. This is why like I will have a recommended mod list for the server with instructions on how to put all the mods together. Because it's not really that complicated set of mods. It's basically just Fabric. It's what I generally run on. Fabric, Iris, Sodium, with the shaders mod, and you know some world edit stuff, as well as the voice mod that we have on the server, which is the same one that's used on Hermitcraft. Because when I saw that on Hermitcraft, I was like, yes, I need that. I need that. Thanks. Yeah, that's awesome. Yep, cool. Anyways, but yeah, so that'll all be like accessible. It'll be like in a Discord folder to help like people get all set up on the server and stuff and have the best experience and enjoyment of the server, because that's important. Yeah, so we come across, so we'll have like we have the main entrance here into the gardens, come to a small kind of outcropping thing here with a nice fountain. Again, this makes a lot of use of the debug stick. I think it looks really nice. Quite stoked for the possibilities available to me with the debug stick for making fountains. I gotta play around with that more. And then we're gonna have another little alley things. This has space for the next 9, I think there's 18. So the next 18 diamond donors will be here. So currently what I'm planning to do is I'm going to have another kind of, I can't remember what the actual exact name for something like that is. But we're going to have another, I'm just going to say intersection for now. 'Cause there's a couple different like names for it. We're going to have a bigger one with like a bigger fountain here. And then everything's going to be copied and flipped because I want to keep it relatively symmetrical. And then we will also have like a bit that kind of expands out here as well. The idea is basically I need to keep this like build relatively large. I don't want to like overexpand it, but I do want to keep it large enough that I won't have to do a lot of expansion in the future with regards to like donations, just so it'll be like easy to add like you know, donor tiers and stuff, because like the perks of being a diamond donator is you get a player statue in the donor garden to display if you want it. I mean, if you don't want your player skin or whatever like set up and like featured, you know, that's fine. I'm not gonna like force you to have it there. If you want to just be like discreet, just be like, here, no, here's some money, but like I don't need the like credit or like praise and stuff in donor garden. That's fine. I respect that. But if you do, like, I need to have like space to have donors tiers, and I think like having the first 12 here and then 18 and then another 18, that should be enough for like a good amount of time as far as donors. Plus, you can see over here, I've been experimenting with the gold tier donators. So the gold tier donators get their player head placed somewhere in the garden. Now, what I have been debating is whether or not I'm going to make them like up in a line, sort of like this, or if I'm just going to like disperse them like randomly throughout the garden, so they are just like floating around, like kind of randomly dispersed, and you kind of have to like a little game of just like flying around and seeing like who's around. I'm not really sure. If you guys have feedback on that, let me know, because we won't be really getting into putting like these around, and they'll get placed as people like donate kind of thing. But the reason for that is just because like the ability for someone to become like a gold tier donator will be a little bit easier than someone who's a diamond tier donator. So they're just smaller, so I can fit in a lot more within the garden, right? Rather than this full like podium thing, because this is 5 blocks by 5 blocks by 2 blocks. Yeah, I was actually quite happy with this podium because like I got quite a bit of detail in there in only a 2 block height radius. It looks quite good in my opinion. Yeah, so without further ado, let's actually get into some building. So we're not just like talking. So I'm pretty sure I might not have showed you the End City stuff that we did in the Anarchy world for the Anarchy spawn. I don't know. We'll fly over there later, and I'll give you guys a little tour, a little sight of that, because it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Shout out to Josh, who is one of my friends, IRL. He started making like an End City thing on a floating island or whatnot. I came in and I was like, this looks awesome, but we need more amethyst. We need more crystals and stuff. So I made like a cool little like crystal cropping thing out of stained glass and some bits and pieces. Popped it on, copied and pasted a couple of them on the underside of the island, the floating island. I was like, this looks dope. And he agreed. And then I added like a cool little yellow glowing crystal that's like above the emeralds, actually, or not emeralds, sorry, lightning rods, which looks super dope. I'm actually pretty chuffed with that. He was feeling a little bit insecure, but I was like, nah, man, this looks good. Yeah, so took that, popped that on the bottom of the Anarchy world, just for like the pun, because like, yeah, it's like the end times, yeah, coming in through this fun. It's like, yeah, okay, it's a cheesy pun, but like, you know what, it's good, it's good. I'm okay with that, especially considering like, because okay, the whole reason why I don't just have like my main account, like my op account, for the server, like just listed as like server owner, and instead just have it like listed as God, is purely based off the uh the fact that like a lot of people compare me to looking like Jesus in real life. So it's just like, all right, we'll just make myself God in the server. Like because I know like a lot of people when they see like someone who has like God as like their server owner like name, they're like, oh, this guy's super pretentious. And whatnot. I'm like, nah, mate. In this case, or is like massive like control freak or something along those lines. I'm like, nah, mate, that's not the case here. It's literally just it's literally just a joke based around the fact that I look like Jesus in real life. Actually, especially because I saw a photo of like the most like recent like facial reconstruction with like AI or whatever of like what Jesus would have looked like, and I'm like, bro, every time you guys release a picture of this, it just more and more looks like me. Like, let's just stop. Let's just take a picture of me and we'll just put it in. It's like, this is what Jesus looked like. Honestly, though. My friends will show up. They're like, yeah. What the fuck? Alright. Waterlogged. There we go. All the water. I really should just copy and stack that, so I will stack that later in a second. Just not sure if I wanted this to go all the way out like this. Because I could hook it up to like another gate here and whatnot. I just don't know if it's like, it feels a little too wide for there, if you know what I mean. Like, thing-wise. So I might actually just take the stairs and kind of go in one like this. Let's just see just how much that restricts the path width, though. I mean, it's a lot smaller. Well, actually, I do need those. And then that goes there. I'm just gonna break those off just so I can tell where the actual changeover is. Alright. Got something like that. Okay, and let's just waterlog all of these so we get the full effect. Okay, so that brings it down. That makes it like a 2-block wide path, I guess. It feels a little too thin. Because I can't get like a 3-block wide path with like the stairs like this. It's basically either 2 blocks or 4 blocks because of the way they link up together. I kind of wanted to just go down to like a 3-block size path. I mean, I can. I mean, we could do this and just have the water stream get smaller, maybe? That's a possibility. I actually don't mind the look of that. That looks pretty good. Yeah, let's just go ahead and stack that out and see what that looks like at an actual like longer distance. I don't know how that became 9, but whatever. Stack 30. Okay, yeah, you know what? No, that actually looks really good. That works. That works quite well. So we'll do that, because then it looks like it thins out a little bit on the side things and still keeps like the river and stuff. I like that. Okay, cool. Now the question is for connecting this up. Do I want this just to connect into the main kind of border canal? I guess. I mean, that makes the most sense. I just haven't fully decided on how I'm going to be doing the flora in here. I want it to be very, again, ethereal-like, so I'm probably going to be using quite a lot of birch trees and like custom birch trees and dark oaks, as well as a lot of the azalea leaves as the custom things. I might also use some dark oak leaves, and I might use some birch and spruce. What do those look like again? Here with the shades. Okay, yeah. So like the spruce is that darker green. The birch leaves are very similar to the spruce. Actually, you can probably mix and match them very easily just to get like different highlights in a tree. The dark oak leaves are noticeably different enough that they wouldn't really mix with the other two. Let's check the azalea. Oh, that's interesting. That might just be, that's just the shaders, probably not updated to actually shade the azalea leaves like they do with everything else. So I'm just going to assume that's a bug, and eventually those will move like the rest of them. You know what? I didn't even like think about it when I was looking at, when I noticed the fact that when I did on the main hub server, because I have these like all over the hub server, and I didn't even realize that they weren't waving. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. I'm sure that'll be in an update for Sildar shaders, just because these leaves are quite new. But yeah, it's just because these other leaves get like the flowers and stuff, so it's nice to have them mix in. Although the dark oak doesn't mix quite as well with them as I hoped. I know the spruce leaves mix in there. Kind of fine as long as you have the thing. The birch looks pretty okay with them too. So I think we'll be good. Also, can we, like, okay, this is one thing that kind of annoys me about the glowberries, is they have to be, like, on the bottom of a moss block, but can we get these so that we can actually put them, like, on the bottom of leaves and have them as, like, glow vines? Because that would open up so much possibility for making custom trees that are, like, super cool and glow and terrace. I haven't tried... actually, let's just do that quickly. Let's just try going and getting some from like here. Let's go here, here. We'll just copy, because some things when you copy paste with World Edit, they don't get like a block update, so they don't break if you paste them into a place that they're not really supposed to be. It's very useful for making like water fountains where you don't want the block to update. But let's just try this. Oh, good. Okay. So you can copy paste them, and as long as you don't cause a block update, they won't break. Okay, cool, awesome. So we're definitely going to be making quite a bit of use of that with the trees in here. One second, I just gotta get a sweater because the edge of this glass table is not really smooth, and it gets really irritating on my wrist. Okay, cool. We can now continue with that annoyance. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, we'll definitely be taking quite a bit of an advantage of the fact that we can copy paste glowberries, vines like that. The only thing is like you kind of have to like let them grow naturally to be able to copy paste them, which is a little bit on the annoying side, but yeah, we'll deal. First things first, though, I do need to get myself some kind of candles set up here and finish through this path. 'Cause one of the big things is, like, because I have ADD, so one of the big things I've been trying to do lately is just hold myself accountable for, like, finishing stuff and not trying to do, like, a bunch of projects where I only, like, partially finish them and then never, like, fully complete them because I just get bored or something before I actually manage to, like, get the time, like, actually finish them. So I've been really trying to just, like, be aware of that happening and trying to do my best to, like, be like, no, brain, okay, finish the thing you committed to. Oh, man. So I've been doing that with, like, the piano trails I've been writing. Actually, that was, like, really where I started doing that and, like, hold myself accountable. And it was, like, actually a lot more rewarding to actually just finish them and get it, like, done. Because I'm like, oh, yes, look, here's the thing I've finished. Now, I've been procrastinating a little bit with writing the last one in the set for a couple of reasons. I mean, like, one, they do take quite a bit of time and, like, playing through, so it's kind of something that you need a break from once in a while, especially because I've been composing them since June. Was it June? No, it was like, I think it might have even been like towards the end of April. Anyways, I've been doing them like all summer, right? And I finally finished like the two most important ones because they're mostly like, so I teach snowboarding in the winter, right? And I had two like super awesome students last year, which was super great. And I was like not in the best of places mental health wise, like mostly, like partly because of the pandemic and like the social isolation, but like also other stuff that I'm not gonna bother to share on stream because that's a little bit too much sharing and whatnot. But anyways, I had like some super awesome kids that were like really appreciated me as like an instructor and as like as a person. So it was like a lot of like it was really like uplifting as an experience wise. It's really nice. Thanks. It really gave me the confidence to like go back to because I played cello since grade 4, so like around the time I was 10, and I played viola started playing viola shortly thereafter in grade 6. It was just or was it grade 7? No, I think it was grade 7. Because they basically like were like, you start with cello or violin, and then you get and then in grade 6 or 7 or whatever, you could choose to play double bass or viola, either as well or like just switch to it as your main instrument kind of thing. I just did it as an as well thing. I also did also played alto sax, and my alto sax abilities have declined because I haven't really played it a lot since like grade 11. Kind of a mix of my fault and also the way our music system is set up. It was just like annoying, and they wouldn't let me just stay in intermediate band because I had scheduling conflicts with my orchestra thing, and they were trying to force me to choose between band and orchestra, and I don't like that. I don't like to be forced to choose between two things I like. It's not fun. It's not fun. And also, I find usually is like, especially when it's like, oh, you must choose one or the other, and like, if you don't pick, like, it's just annoying when you get forced to choose one or the other when you realistically don't actually need to choose one or the other. They're just like, oh, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one. They like force you into like a position where it's like you have to pick one or the other. Oh my god, it's like, but I don't really. I can just stay in intermediate band. It's like skills wise, I felt like I was like, no, I'm like good enough with like the alto saxophone. Like being an intermediate jazz band was like fine. It was just it was a comfortable place where I felt challenged, but like you know, I didn't feel confident in my playing ability to be like, no, I'm not good enough to be in like senior jazz band. Like there are players here that are definitely much better than I am, that definitely deserve to be in senior jazz band a lot more than I do. So like intermediate jazz band, as far as like the skills required and stuff, it was a very comfortable place for me. I was like, I feel challenged. I don't feel like it's too easy. I also don't feel like it's obscenely difficult. So for me, it was just, oh, okay, that's why I have random candles that were out, because when you right-click them, they get blown out. Sorry, got distracted. But yeah, it was a place where I felt comfortable, challenged. Things. So I was just like, I want to stay here, and because this has no scheduling conflicts with my already like current obligations to my orchestra for cello, it just is convenient. It allows me to keep playing band stuff because I do like, I did like playing my alto sax, but they were like, no, that's not allowed. It's like the same thing. Like we had an all-city symphony orchestra for like high school things, and they were like, because you don't play in your high school orchestra with your viola, you're not allowed to be in this. I'm like, but I did the tryouts and you guys let me in. So why am I not allowed to be here anymore? Like alright, like cool, you lose like a decent player, but like, yeah, like the fuck? Like I even like made it clear at the beginning. It's like, hey, I don't play in my school orchestra because it has scheduling conflicts. Like, I already play at another orchestra with my cello, and I'm getting viola lessons with like the Dharma system or whatever. It's just the way my city's laid out, anyways, with the all city music going out. It's like I'm doing viola lessons and whatnot, like outside of it. It's just I'm not doing them with my school because the scheduling conflicts with the way the school sets up the orchestra time. Like if it was during like the school day, I would do it, but like it had an X block which was like after school, so I could not do it because it would conflict schedule wise with my other like orchestra commitments. So it was like, okay, I am doing violin, like I'm doing the viola practice, like I'm doing the practice times, right? I'm doing the things. I'm just not doing it with the school because like I was already in this one. I don't see a reason. I already have friends there. I don't see the reason of transplanting like everything just to like be with the system or whatever. You know what I mean? And yeah, and also the like Halifax music director, I don't know what it was. She didn't like me. Or like it felt like she didn't like me. I think the thing was she liked me because she knew I was like a strong player. what she didn't like was because I wasn't fully under her program. You know what I mean? And it was like, so it was like a, ah, you're a good player, but you're not like fully one of my students. I'm like, bro, like, chill. Like, I'm just trying to like, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, come on, just appreciate that I'm a player here, and I want to spend my time like doing your with your orchestra in the first place, and like getting like bitter and jealous like over that is just, it's so childish. Like come on, man. I'm here contributing the time. Like just chill. I'm kind of tempted to just like put some candles on the top of this. No, that looks horrible. Never mind. Yeah, it's just I don't get that. That was always kind of annoying as like a player in high school. Yeah, okay. Candles are down. Let's start experimenting with trees because I was slightly putting it off. Because like my ability to, yeah, no, it's not logs. My ability to do organic stuff in Minecraft has very much improved um, over the years. And I have gotten better with it, but I'm not the best of the best with it. Cause like I've seen like it. I'm sure most people watching this have probably also watched Hermitcraft and how Scar like does his custom trees. And I'm like, I don't quite get because he uses a bunch of like like fence posts and signs to make like the branches and stuff in his trees. I'm just like I don't know how he makes it look good and like natural, if that makes sense. Because like a lot of the times I just find it's like really hard to make that look any kind of natural. To like actually like naturally breathe in. So it's I don't know. It's just one of the things where I'm like I'm not quite at that level, even though I'm a good builder. It's just there are certain things where it's just like this is more difficult for various reasons. Actually, I'm gonna have this kind of come over here a little bit. So we'll have that there and then that there. Cool. Although I think it would look better if I did maybe something more like that weighting wise. Let me have this over here. This is where the really hard stuff comes in with like organic shapes, is getting the weighting right? Because I mean like it's a block game, right? So one of the biggest things you're doing with more organic curves and shapes is trying to make sure that the weighting is right so it doesn't look like it's super heavy on like one side of the tree, right? And that's where like a lot of the like creative skills when it comes to tree making come from. Especially trying to give it like a more than one thick trunk. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm just gonna not kind of have it. But it's not. Do you want? No. I kind of want to keep it one block, but it's kind of hard to do that once you've put like a bunch of roots up in there like that. So it's you gotta kind of make it look like, yeah, it's like sort of. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's getting more what I like and expect from it. That looks kind of cool. Also, trying to keep it look very like mystical kind of thing. I think we might actually need to go ahead and put another little root offshoot over there. And then I think probably that's a good height for our tree here. And then the branching. Branching is where it comes. That's where we get our difficulty. Yeah, so like well, you want the branches to be, you want them to look spindlier than like the actual tree itself, right? Because branches are much thinner than the trunk they're coming off of in real life, right? But you know, block size wise, we only get, you know, blocks that are the same size as the main trunk, so you gotta do clever little bits to kind of make them feel like they're thinner than they actually are, right? Boom. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then up kind of there, I'll do stuff that we'll try experimenting with like the sign and fence post style branches. So I might try some in here as well. Using the signposts, because like I don't see, like, you know what I mean, like just like where do you place this to make it look like it's a branch coming off? Like it's black magic to me right now. Okay, it's black magic. I don't understand it. I don't quite get the logic and like the flow of designing it. I kind of get the fence post thing a little bit more. They're a little bit more solid of an object, so it makes more sense in my head. Also, I got rid of my debug stick. Give me a debug stick, please. Oh! Wait, what? Oh, I gave it to myself. Derp. I'll give it to my other account. A debug. Just one, please. There we go. Because you could, the debug stick allows you to fence posts in. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's get this in here. Let's put like one coming off here, maybe. Yeah, I feel like that needs a little bit more touch there. Something like that. And then let's get the, because I've been using the spruce. Yeah, let's swap over to the birch. Just come on in and replace a few of these with like the actual like birch leaf. Because that gives like a good amount of highlights and stuff. Nice. Yeah. Okay, that looks nice. And as far as lighting of these, do I want to go with like, I've been debating of whether or not I should have like end rods kind of floating around in them, or if I should have like chains and lanterns, because they both kind of give a slightly different effect. I don't know which one will give like the more like, ooh, this is very ethereal look. I like them both for different reasons. You know what? We'll make like some custom. We'll make a couple different trees with different looks in them. Like I like, or maybe we'll have like odd planters on like the base and stuff, and then have like the end rods just out on the branches. I think that would make sort of sense. Does in my head. Definitely actually having them on the bottom of like the fence posts and stuff definitely does make a lot more sense from a looks perspective though, so I think we'll definitely prioritize doing stuff like that with them. Gotta fill that in with a leaf. Gotta make this south. Actually, let's what does that look like? There we go, all the way over like that. Makes it feel like it should be all like that. So honestly, I kind of feel like just having that one there and just having it debugged out like that. Then maybe have it go to the north as well. Yeah. Let's plop a birch leaf in there. Okay, I think that branch is suitably leafed. Let's go up one. Now let's pop one of these kind of here. Pop it south. Forgot that those changed back on a block update, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. Two. Okay, looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna temporarily set the time to day because it's a little bit easier to see the difference in these leaves for putting in the highlights. So I should change it to noon. Okay, looks good. Get an end rod floating there. Pump that there, although it feels like this needs to come out a bit more, you know what I mean? That this has to come slightly out like that. Let's get some birch. That looks good. Let's move on to this one. Pop some block highlights in there. Nice. A little bit of branch there, a little branch there. North, and north like that, sure. Pop an end rod on the bottom of that one. I don't really, like, doesn't feel like this one wants to be super flushed out the same way, if that makes sense. Then I want to get like I honestly feel like the spruce leaf texture leaves honestly go better with the birch bark texture than the actual intended leaves that are supposed to go with them. It's like a lot of the time I build custom trees, I'm like, ah yes, birch with spruce leaves. Perfect. Okay, let's get some of these kind of popped in with like branches. It's not west, it's east. Yeah, cool. And then, like, see, like that, no, like that's not right. Or, like, I don't get the signs. I can kind of get how, you know, the fence posts are supposed to be handled, but I still don't understand how the signs are supposed to be utilized in that whole design workflow thing. Okay, I think the real thing here is we need a branch that comes out this way. And I need something that comes out over here. That's what we're missing balance-wise. And I'll leave these ones a little bit thicker because they're kind of close to the base. And it makes a little bit sense. Okay, let's pop in some birch highlights here and there. Cool. I want west. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's just go and add some leaves onto this side. Okay. I think that's all right. It's not that... let's see what it looks like at... Okay, that looks a little bit better. Maybe I need to actually do some more of the hanging lanterns. Maybe that'll make me feel better about it, aesthetics-wise. Yeah, the lanterns are definitely helping. It's kind of helping fill in the empty void space where it doesn't feel like there's a lot of. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's doing quite a lot for the aesthetics here. Absolutely, those lanterns are really working. Nice. Yeah. Those were definitely needed. Yeah, and I like the mix of the end rods and lanterns too. Like they actually end up looking quite complementary. Using them like that. Cool. Now, I wonder if I can. I don't think I can get this placed on. No. Okay, I'd have to copy and paste it. Do we do the glowberries now? Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Kind of should just have a couple growing here, just to be able to quickly copy and paste. So let's do that. Glow. Yeah, because unfortunately you can't. Oh, okay, you can. Never mind. I was gonna say you can't add to them, but I was like, oh yeah, no. Let's prove myself wrong. I'm not 100% sure what dictates the growth of the actual berry itself. Let's actually type that command right. Paste. Undo. No, not assign. Block. There we go. Block that. Ooh, actually, that might cause a block update. No, it didn't. Okay, good. Oh, good, and I can trim them without causing them to break. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's important. I didn't test that. That is kind of changing the weighting of the leaves, so I do have to be considerate about how I paste those. My sister being very dramatic downstairs about being home. Yes? Yeah? Hi? He's probably just either on break or just waiting to deliver something. Well, because I delivered to the They delivered to the group home that's there on the bottom of the street, right? Alright. Okay. There. Paste. Might have to change the random tick speed to like 0. And essentially just disable it so that these don't continue to grow. I don't know, we'll see. Undo. Okay, yeah, this definitely also helps with the ethereal vibes, for sure. I feel like this is too heavily weighted towards the bottom, honestly. Just want to make this look like it curves a little bit more. Or sorry, too heavily weighted on the top. That's what I meant. Just because it doesn't look like it really comes up to a point. So I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Let's actually come down here and add a little bit more leaves around here. Yeah, that looks good. Happy with that. Need a leaf in there. Cool. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's pose one, I think. Oh, I might need to back this up a little bit. Pretty sure this is the block. Yeah. Okay, cool. Position 1. Position 2. And then we will boom, and we'll go start placing this. in different places. I'm just gonna remove this because I only really need one of them. I know I can change it as a world property for things to not drop items. I should probably do that, but it's fine. Okay, let's paste -a. Boom. Felt like I broke some stuff. Not really sure what though. Let's rotate this 90 degrees. Oh, okay, so some of the, yeah. Okay, so some of these are receiving, some of the vines are receiving block updates when I paste the tree. So they don't quite like it. Also, I don't think it's too big of a tree to have two of them side by side. They look very obviously to be the same tree. So I'll throw this one over here. And it's time to make another tree. I think I'll make let's make another birch variation first. We'll make it like a smaller sapling. Something that just doesn't, where it's like, clearly it's just like, it's a smaller, version of that, you know what I mean? Hasn't quite fully developed into a proper mature tree. It's just like, it's smaller. Two. Excellent. I'm gonna break that one. Let's have a branch coming off here. Give this like a little bit more of a peak. And I think that's good. So just come through and add some foliage. Oh, one of those spawned a Glowberry. Nice. Oh, that's a good question. Oh, no. This looks like it's grown. And didn't cause an update that broke it, so okay, that's good. Good to know. They will grow and not destroy themselves in the growing process. There. I'll some variation in there. Cool. Then we will find some spots to stick our end rods. South. And there we go. A nice little simple version. Okay, let's grab that one. Because it has some glowberries on it. So I should put it here. Ah! I got myself out of the game. There we go. There we go, that's good enough. Wait a minute, am I on the right block? Nope, that is there. Okay. Position 2. Cut. Oh no, I missed some trees apparently. Or some leaves. Paste. This one shouldn't look as bad. We'll rotate it 180. Like when you have smaller trees, you can copy and paste them a little bit more and get away with them being in tighter groupings without them looking super similar, if that makes sense. Okay, let's go in and fix those blocks that we broke off. Okay, we're gonna have to rejigger our there we go. Oh, I also just noticed the glowberries haven't been added to the shaders for the movement yet either. There we go. Okay. That's good here as far as the birch trees are concerned. I'll definitely want to bring in some, gonna bring in some dark oak trees as variations now. Also going to quickly post one. Post two. I'm just gonna copy and paste these somewhere like way out here. Just so I can have copies of them that I can actually go back and select without potentially taking a copy of other stuff around them. So I can just have clean ones. Just because having them out here is a lot easier to go. Post one. Position two. Copy. Oops, I forgot I had an Elytron. That's fine. Honestly, the Elytra can be faster to get around a lot of the times than just the regular creative mode. So. Slash A. All our glowberry vines disappeared. I'll come back with the glowberry vines and just add them all to the trees. In one kind of group. Okay, so I'll actually just take my little glowberry thing. Just cut. I don't think these shouldn't break on paste just because they're attached to moss blocks, so they shouldn't get a block update. And we will just toss these over here. Yep, cool. Oh, look, they'll start growing glowberries. Oh wait, no, I copy pasted glowberry ones on there. This hasn't grown any glowberries yet. Oh, it still looks good. Alright. Let's start our next tree. I need dark oak. That's apparently more difficult to find. Spruce. And that's spruce. Nope. That. These two things, then I need dark oak fence. Oh, I forgot about the vines and the glow lichen. Forgot about adding these. They kind of look cool. Maybe not on those. I don't know. We'll come back to that. We'll come back. Oh, I also gotta build in like a proper pond with like lily pads and shit. You know what? I kind of like the space for it. So let's kind of make ourselves out kind of a little pond here. Area these will be in. That looks kind of pond shaped. Just give it a little bit more smoothness. Yes. There we go. Oh, and you know what? We can actually make the pond kind of come on in under that birch tree. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Then I'll have like gravel and texture it up. We'll be good. It will look great. It'll look great. Okay. As I was saying before I got distracted by pond ideas. Let's get a dark oak bit there. Okay, cool. So I think for the dark oak tree, I think what we'll do is we'll do something that's like a little bit more of that like spirally. I saw. I low-key am probably I'm straight up copying this kind of look of a tree straight up off one I saw on the Hermitcraft server with these style of trees. But I mean, like, to be fair, it's a pretty common way of styling more mystical like trees, I guess. So it's not like Hermitcraft was the original, you know, designer of these style trees. They're a pretty common design style for any kind of like, ooh, this tree's like in a magical wonder world. You know what I mean? So. Not feeling too bad about just using the design, just keeping things transparent. Like, this is where I saw it. This isn't quite the same tree. It's not exactly the same, but yeah, just be a thing. If someone's like, "Oh, he's copying so and so," it's like, well, yes and no. But yeah, just so you're aware. So the people are aware. This actually looks really nice. Don't know. I feel like if we add like the glow things to like every single one, I think it'll be too much. I do want to kind of add flowers in this one though, so let's grab the azalea. And does that look super out of place? Not really, actually. I mean, it's like very noticeable, like, oh, hey, that's an azalea thing, but like, it doesn't look like it shouldn't be there, kind of thing. Okay, cool. I think that's a good first one. It's a little small, but that's fine. We're going to make some bigger variations as well. I think that's a good small variation. I might want to back that up a little bit. Okay, pose 2. We will just cut this out. We'll pop it up here with the rest of our trees for later. Awesome. And then let's just go add it in here. Paste-A, rotate 90. Not actually sure how that'll rotate. Paste-A. It's a little close to that one. I kind of want it more here. Still a little close. I want it closer to this tree. Oop. There we go. That's better. A little bit more separation. Oop. It's behind me. Okay, cool. Let's make a bigger variation of that now. Boom. I think I'm gonna have this variation also have like a second one. Comes out like this. Getting the curves in this style tree is probably one of the most important aspects of it. So it doesn't look... Cause yeah, basically what you're trying to do is keep it fairly close to something that resembles a Fibonacci spiral with like the golden ratio, but like you want it slightly vary off, so it's like, oh, that kind of looks like the golden ratio, but just not like ever so slightly. I think for this like super big variation, we're just gonna do like 3 of these spirals going out now that I've done like 2 of them, because then the other side feels a little bit unbalanced without it. And I'll make a 3rd variation that is a lot more similar to the actual design of the smaller tree that we made, but just bigger. Yeah, the key here is like making these curves so that they feel very, very smooth, but not like silly. I need chains. Although I'm kind of tempted to just plop them there. And then I can have like another lantern like in the center. You know what I mean? I think that one's fine the way it is. Actually, let's pop it here. Let's add one more chain to it. Cool. Let's kind of delete a few blocks here. Make this part of the tree a little bit thicker. Just think so. I do want it to have that kind of leaning look to it. Okay, I think that's good. Let's just go and get some spruce leaves. This will very much be covered from the center. These will come over. Like so. Definitely want to have a little bit more of the like natural wood kind of exposed in these ones, because I think that's like an important part of the design aesthetic of these trees. Again, I think this spruce leaf block goes better with the dark oak than the actual dark oak leaf itself. Honestly, the spruce leaf is probably my favorite leaf block out of all of them. Although the azalea might take its place. No, nothing will replace spruce leaves for me. I think the azalea is like it fills a void area where I think the spruce leaves didn't fill, so it's like it's a complementary block to the spruce leaves, because the spruce leaves weren't really able to fill that niche, especially with the fact that, you know, you have the flowering one too. Variation, everything looks better when you variate it. Two. That looks good. Now we just need to check some azalea leaf flowers in there. Actually, this one kind of reminds me a bit of ram horns. I mean, of course it would. The ram horns also happen to be a thing that grows in the Fibonacci curve. Wow. There's actually so much. Like, once you're like, ah, yes, Fibonacci curve, like, there's the nature, and you're just like, oh, yeah, right, it's literally fucking everywhere. And it literally is like, if you go outside and just like look at like any kind of like plants and natural thing, you'll be like, oh, there's the Fibonacci curve. Ah, there's the Fibonacci curve. There's the golden ratio. Like, it's just everywhere. And there's a very good reason for it, in terms of its like mathematical principles. This is why when people are like, math sucks, I'm like, no, you're just not appreciating the actual like beauty in the mathematics itself. Like, you just go outside and just like look around at like things, and you'll be like, oh my god, this is actually like everywhere. The things I like are actually like, or the things I find really good looking, like, usually have basis in some kind of math that like is really elegant thing. So like, I don't know where I'm going with that. Just you know, don't discredit math. Math is great. Okay, cool. I didn't actually use many of these things. What if I just, how about like, what if I use these as like roots? Does that kind of work? It sort of does. Not, it's not quite what I was really hoping for, but it does definitely add something to it. Okay, that's dope. I like that. That's a nice tree. That there is a nice tree. Definitely gonna end up taking out some of the road here. Oh my god, no. I looked at it, I saw, I was like, oh no, first position was the first one I set. And then I was like, yes, we're gonna press enter. Cut. Goodbye, road. Sorry, I actually didn't take out as much of the road as I thought I would. Okay, let's go find a spot for this. This one's actually a pretty big tree, so I probably want to paste it here to have enough airspace. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's go fix the road and find a place to plop this magnificent tree. Yeah, I missed a stair block up here. Cool. I believe I cut it from this side, so I'm gonna go paste that there. I forgot I still had the road in that copy paste selection. I do like it there. I just need to move it a few blocks. I'm gonna undo it. I'm also gonna go copy and paste it, or get the selection from over here. Oops. My selection apparently was not perfect. I did not pay attention to that. Let's go fix that. I think position 1 was up here. Which one did I do first? Yeah. Copy. Man, trees take a long time. I made like, what, 4 trees in an hour and a half? I like it. I just don't feel like it's exactly the right spot. Yeah, that's a lot better. then I think what I'm going to do is actually rotate 180. I'm going to try this. We'll see if it fits here, because it is actually quite a large tree. Okay, it is, but not quite. It feels like it fits, but not quite there. It feels like it should be more in the corner. Can we get that a little bit closer to the corner? I think we can. I think we can put it like here. Yes, just fitting. Ah, that's great. How that reaches out over like that. Yum. And then we'll get more of the birch trees, like the small ones. Put another one like here to break it up so it doesn't feel like that one's like right on top of that one. Ah, yes, that'll look gorgeous. Okay, cool. Let's take another one. Let's go and put this here. Oh. Yeah. Let's undo that. I think if I just rotate it 90 degrees and I paste that, it does end up running into the other tree there, but that's fine. I'll just move it like here. Okay, that doesn't interfere with the wall, it doesn't end up colliding with that tree anymore. Awesome, cool. Let's also just go and fill that in. Nice, I'm quite a fan of that tree. That looks really nice. Okay, I'm gonna go copy and paste the smaller variation of the birch tree. Pause one. Oh, I don't think I'm far enough back. Pause two. Just make that a moss block. Nice. Let's rotate 180. Actually, let's undo that, because the two trees there are also facing in that direction, so it kind of makes it obvious. In there, not quite there, let's put it there. Thanks. Oh gosh. Struggle. Inventory keeps clocking up doing this shit. I think that looks good once we go through and bone meal it. Add some like paths and stuff. Oh, look gorgeous. Okay, let's paste. Where would this end up fitting in without breaking everything else around it? It's not quite there. And it does end up just slightly colliding with it. You know what? Undo. Rotate 180. Yep. There we go. Yep, that looks good. I need the small dark oak tree. I have one there, right? I think maybe. Right there, and since it is actually a relatively small tree, I might be able to get away with pasting it here. Yes, cool. Then I'll rotate that. Oop, it's behind me. There we go. I want to try and just get the density right. I need to move this. These are important. I don't know why item frames are kind of broken in the cat paste of World Edit, but it's fine. I guess I'll just paste it up over with this stuff. I do have to select this again. That's one thing I have to say about this. Like making like artificial forests and stuff when you like build all the trees custom in Minecraft and then try to like get them placed and stuff. It's actually a lot harder than I think. Oh, forgot to do that without doing air. That's important. But I feel like a lot of people underestimate just like getting just the density of the trees right, you know what I mean? Like there's it takes a lot more little embellishments than I think most people necessarily realize or anticipate going into it. It does kind of bug me the way I have these streams that they're not going to be totally symmetrical going around here. Maybe I'll make it so I break out and have another stream going around the back of these. Not sure. Let's grab our bone meal. And let's just run around and just bone meal the crap out of this. I don't actually mind the random azalea bushes, although they do spawn actually quite frequently, so I might just destroy a couple of them just because it'd be too busy. Two. The moss carpets are really nice though. I think bone mealing moss produces too high a density of the azalea bushes. That's very nice. And then maybe we'll come in with like some dirt paths and kind of have some winding paths to the trees and stuff. And then actually those floating like player heads and stuff with the gold donors will look so good just scattered in between the trees. Hell yeah. Yep. I'm pretty stoked with this. Okay, let's just copy and paste this road onto the other side. Copy. Got everything. I'll just store that because we'll do something slightly different with the bone meal. I'll just make a slightly custom base for that one. Cool. Let's go in and bone meal. Okay. Remove the excessive azaleas. Cool. Now let's start making this pond. Okay. Gravel. Actually, you know what? We'll keep that azalea there. Do something like that. 2. Oh, yeah. Like, well, let's get some coarse dirt. Okay, let's get some clay. Oh, you can get rooted dirt. That's slightly different. Oh yeah, yeah, that's good stuff. Oh yeah, I want some strip leaves here for sure. That's pretty, pondy as thing. We'll pop a couple big ones around. Oh, you can't put the big ones on coarse dirt. Oh, you can put them on the gravel too. Cool. Oh my god, I totally forgot about ferns. We had ferns in Minecraft. Let's plop a few of those down. Throughout our forest, because the moss block doesn't automatically place them in its bone mealing. Okay, what else do we have here? I don't think I'll put bamboo. Doesn't really totally fit the aesthetic. I think that's all we really have. I will get amethyst and put that in there once we get the water going. But let's continue. So I'm gonna want some andesite. I'm gonna want some stone. I'm gonna want some tuff as well. Maybe some cobbled deep slate. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I definitely want groupings of this, like so. I think I'm also gonna want some more of the coarse dirt down here because it's meant to be like and even some moss blocks here and there because this is like a pond, you know what I mean? It's like a forest pond. It's not like a sandy kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's like you got rocks, it's lots of mud stuff. It's a living pond kind of esque, Moss block. Let's get some stone in there. Let's get some andesite, some more andesite. Slap some more tuff in there. Boom, boom. Boom. Coarse dirt. You know what? I don't have enough coarse dirt on this side. Let's plop it in like that. Boom. Slap some tuff here. Slap some more stone. Bit of andesite. Make that a little bit more like that. Boom. I can do more coarse dirt. It's a variation. You know what? I'm just gonna, just so it's a little bit easier to kind of go out and just replace blocks. We're gonna just fill in the whole bottom of the pond here. Boom. Okay, there we go. We'll have our andesite. We'll have some stone here. We'll have some tough. I just realized I haven't used any of that deep slate. Let's check a bit of that in here. Boom. Let's get some more coarse dirt going around. Definitely a lot more of the tough. There we go. That looks good. All right, let's fill. Oh. Nice. Okay, and then we'll get the lily pads. Oh, I can't remember if you can do this or not, although it would be really quite nice. Can I? No. That'd be so nice if you could actually have like lily flowers on top of them. I'm really tempted. Can I get away with though? Just going copy. Yes, okay, I can get away with that. Can I waterlog these actually? Ah, no, I can't. Wait. Oh, I can. I can waterlog these. Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. This is fine. Can I double stack these? No. Okay. So, I'll need to have them like paste, right? Oh, okay, cool. It automatically will fill in here. Actually, let's see what that looks like if I go like, ooh, it breaks if I put it 2 blocks under. Wait. Why did you work? But the other ones I pasted don't. Huh. I don't know how you worked, but you did, and thank you. And the rest, but these I can. Okay, cool. Waterlogged, yeah. Okay, so these I actually can. You know what? I'm gonna use these then. As my lily pad. Of choice. And then can I place these? Not technically, but I bet if I go cut, oop, do have to be on the right block level though. Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Perfect. So we can actually have some of our Driplees here. Oop. There we go. Nice. There we go. Cool. Yes, now our lily pads actually have lilies. Ah, that's great. Driplees. Oh, you're now kind of my favorite block. Just discovering a bunch of new things actually today with building. That with the new blocks and stuff that you can get away with. That's super dope. That's such a nice looking pond. Oh, yes. Yes, I like the new additions of blocks and stuff they've added. These are great. Okay. I don't think I can... Oh no, I can't get it directly. Okay, cool. Just a little bit easier then. Doing it manually with a shovel. Oh, no. Just particularly destroy that. It's fine. Yee, those paths actually look very nice and definitely add an extra little onto the forest. For sure. Let's make another one. Kind of goes through here. That's so good looking. Let's just plop some more grass down. Where we kind of destroyed stuff that was already there by placing paths. It's some moss carpet. Just add some height variation back around here. That looks absolutely fantastic. I am chuffed with that. That is gorgeous. And then as I start to put the floating bells and stuff with player heads in it, oh, it's gonna look so cool. That's gonna be stoked. Oh, I just realized that my camera is frozen because I haven't looked at it in a while. Let's fix that because it's a sort of actually really awkward face that's stuck there. Stop. Okay. Droid cam, stop. Might have to just restart it. There we go. Now I'm not a frozen face anymore. I don't know how long that was. I got super focused in on building this forest, not gonna lie. Oh, that looks so good. That's so nice. Okay, let's build some paths in on this side as well. Then I'll probably call that a stream because we're at like 2.5 hours. Like, yeah, man, freaking forest. That got copy pasted weird. Never mind. I know what's wrong with it. No, I want shape. Thanks. Boom, boom. Wait a minute. No, you are actually fine there. You should be that. No, you should be that, and you should be that. There we go. That's right. It's just missing a slab. Cool. Alright, cool. As I was saying, dirt paths. Let's make them. Also, like, honestly, I mean, like, dirt paths are nice because they give you a little speed boost while you're running. But I honestly really like them just for the color, like, and the look, and they get the slightly 1 pixel offset. Like, I really like dirt paths, okay? They're just, they were a super nice addition to the game. And we're beyond overdue, if I'm being honest. Just gonna sneak that one kind of around the azalea bush like so. Again, just getting like little actually, what does the soul campfire look like? I can't even remember what these actually do. It's a little bit, it's much dimmer. I feel like it has a redstone torch output level. I don't know, which one's more... I think I'm gonna have to use the regular fire pit here. Let's get some, actually, coarse dirt. Just plop that around. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what, we haven't added the fern variations by like slapping some ferns around. Nice. And then we'll add a few drip leaves, but like, not as many just because there's no water features around here. So we'll just pop like a few here and there. Like kind of under like trees. It's like they're there, but like, you know. And then flowers. Let's start doing the flower stuff. So the main flowers we're working with palette-wise are these 3. Well, I think that's good for flowers over there. Let's go plot some more over here, since I didn't actually add any. Boom. I think that's a good amount of flowers. Okay. I'm gonna pause the stream there, because, that's actually like, oh, there we go. Actually, that looks really nice from this angle. And I was kind of worried about, like, the trees being not variation enough, like I didn't make enough trees, but honestly, just like now that I've got the ground cover down with like the grass and the paths and stuff, and like the pond and dribblies and stuff, that definitely helps. I'm gonna get some rockets. No. Rockets, there we go. And we'll just fly around the place. Ah, that looks great. Actually, you know what? Even just like the difference between having the trees and not having the trees when I'm like flying around, it really helps fill in all that empty space that was there. Oop, hi. When you're flying around, like, oh yeah, that really brings that space together for sure. Oh, it's gorgeous. I think I still have to go through and add a little bit more of the hang glowberries back, particularly on that side. But I quite like this. This is really looking good so far, and I think it's quite special looking because I want the donor's garden to look like very grand and very like detailed and thoughtful. So it's like, you know, just because like again people contributing either time or money to get their Minecraft skin here, I don't want it to look like it was just very slapped together, kind of like, because I say, like, I find the biggest thing when it comes to builds on servers and stuff is a lot of them, they lack detail. Like, they just make them huge, but they forget about the small, like, detail bits and whatnot, because they're just like, oh yeah, if we make them big, everyone will be like, oh my god, you're a crazy builder. But like, really is a lot with like the detail work and the cohesiveness of the whole design. I think this is nailing it so far. I'm quite happy with this. So yeah, that'll be the stream from now. Oh yeah, you know what? Before I end up the stream, I'm just gonna go. Oh, I apparently flew too fast through that portal. Oh, that's good to know. You can apparently fly too fast for it to register. Let's go. It's a little laggy. The shaders tend to do that when you first load into a world, but once it gets like the chunks loaded and everything, it's quite a lot better frame rate. Ooh, Anarchy world. Okay, big old box like I've seen before, but it's the end city, right? This is the cool stuff. So that was like the yellow crystal I was talking about there that Josh made, and yeah, so that one there, the smaller one, that's the one he made. You can see it a little bit better from this angle, because that's basically the same one, just copy-pasted. It's kind of hard to see the crystals from these angles. Also because it's like dark and night. But there's like crystals coming out of the bottom of them. They look kind of cool with the floating islands and all those steps actually around here. You can actually parkour between the buildings. It's fully possible for you to hop around without using any flying stuff to get between those buildings. So I thought that was a nice touch. Is that a skeleton? Or something small? No, it's an Enderman. Frickin' Enderman, man. Frickin' Enderman. Actually, that's a good point. Did I? Oh, no, I did turn off Enderman griefing in the spawn area. It's a very important thing. But yeah, so I think that covers pretty much all the progress I've made between live streams. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot I only had one rocket because I was in creative mode. Oops. Okay, it's fine. I think I kind of lag jumped around that. We'll get back up to the VIP so I can buy some more rockets. There we go. But yeah, I think that's all the progress that I've done, both off camera and on camera now. I think you guys have seen everything so far. And yeah, that's the stream. Cool. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.